guys, Neil with Firewolf Self-Reliance, and welcome back. I took a trip up to the mountains today with the family and thought while I was here I'd do a video on the budget bushcraft gear I've been picking up recently. For you guys that are just getting into bushcraft and you're not able to spend a lot of money or not wanting to spend a lot, you guys go to the flea markets, thrift stores, things like that, and usually find some inexpensive but dependable gear. And I'll go over what I picked up here. First, to carry all this stuff in, for my pack, I've got a small, or a mini Alice pack, excuse me y'all, a mini Alice pack I picked up at a flea market for I think 10 bucks. These aren't very big, but it's big enough to carry what I've got here. Makes a good day pack. With that, my cordage, nothing more than hemp rope and jute twine. I probably have $4 invested in this, buying that new. I've got my fire kit I put together with a tin from a thrift store, a 50-cent tin. And I've got everything from flint and steel to lighter to a ferro rod, mixed in with some natural materials to get a fire going. So I've got an adequate fire kit to take with me, and I probably have, with the flint and steel, ordering that off online somewhere, I probably got about 15 bucks wrapped up in this. Got a small canvas utility bag to put some of the stuff in, and this comes in handy also as a makeshift millbank bag. I have used it in that way before, and it actually works pretty decent. I think I picked this up somewhere for $1, probably at another flea market. Cutting tools, another flea market find. I've got a saw. I think I spent $1 on this, took it home, cleaned it up, and it works just fine. Actually a pretty decent little saw. A hatchet I picked up at another flea market. I'll get this sheath off. I picked this up for $5. I rehandled it for $10. Spent another $6 on the sheath, and it's actually a pretty good little vintage hatchet or belt axe, whichever you want to call it. Just had to do a little bit of work cleaning up the edge and putting a new handle on it. But again, nice, dependable little belt axe. And with those cutting tools, I have a knife I picked up at a friend of ours' antique store for about $10. Put that in a sheath I had laying around the house. Took it home again, cleaned up some rust off the blade, cleaned the edge up. Pretty nice. It's a full tang knife. Got a good blade, good edge. It's got that good 90-degree spine on the back. So, actually a pretty good little find. So I've got my cutting tools covered. I'll get this back in the sheath. And with that, with my tools, cutting tools, I've got my eating tool here that's got a saw blade, can opener, knife blades, spoon, fork, everything. I think I picked this up for about $5 at another flea market. And then for containers, I've got a couple of old, I got some old Swiss Army or Swiss military gear. And first one's going to be this little volcano stove. Comes with the stove, the water bottle, and a cup. And this together quite neatly. So I have those containers. I've got a cook pot, and this is again another Swedish military item, and a $5 alcohol stove off eBay that I can cook in. Actually a pretty neat little unit. We just used it to make lunch here, and it's the first time I'd used it since I bought it. But I think in these two items I got about $15 wrapped up in that. 25 cents for a fuel bottle I found at another thrift store. So I've got my cutting tools, my containers covered, my pack covered, fire kit, cordage, those are all covered. Next thing I'll show you guys, I have to get up and move over to where I set up my shelter. Okay, for my shelter, what I've got is an old military issue pump tent half. You guys have probably seen these. I picked this up at a flea market years ago for $5. I think I had another one laying around somewhere. And I bought this with the idea of doing what I'm doing with it right now, was turning this into a lean-to with the ends of it folded down like you see here. And it seems to be working pretty good. I haven't tried this for an overnighter yet, so we're going to have to try that out pretty soon. But again, a pup tent half with some of that jute rope for a ridge line. I put some tie outs through the grommets. I made some stakes from materials I found out here, and built myself a shelter. So hopefully this gives you guys some idea. It's a short video, but it gives you guys some ideas of what you can do on the cheap, what you guys can find at the flea markets, thrift stores again. And I probably have, I didn't add it up as I was going over it, probably less than $100 invested in this whole thing. And again, it's old gear, it's old vintage gear, which I like, but it's dependable. It's not, none of it's torn up or damaged. It's good stuff. So you guys can find viable, dependable gear at some of the thrift stores and such. So I hope this helps you guys out. If you guys have any questions on gear or any of this stuff, leave me a comment. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next one. We appreciate you watching. Take care.